New breed, global truth.
Unity to Space Command. Do you copy?
You know CPT is not a thing anymore, right?
Well, you would think after eternal life we would have more time in the day, but I'm here, and shalom.
Shalom, dear brother. Can we get started?
Coming in for landing shortly.
We are going live any second now. Oh, and did you bring the snacks from Earth Sector 12?
Yeah, I got the snacks.
You're eating it, right?
This is a little snack for the flight. Got plenty left.
Okay, good. You know I love their food. Welcome to Hebrew Planet.
Oh yeah. Hope the brothers and sisters are ready. Unity coming in for a fast landing.
Got a hangover. Yeah, yes, they lied. The truth won't hide. Our people lack knowledge, so they...
Shalom, shalom. What's going on, everybody? It's your brother New Breed, and we on a late night hike. I see brothers and sisters rolling in. The Keisha's in the building. J-Man, LJ, Melissa, Azaria's in the house. Arnold. Let's see, Citizen Soldier, what up? Naturally yours, T. Lee, Max Evans. Hey, look, I'm glad y'all catching another stream. I wanted this particular show to be multi-layered and multifaceted. I wanted it to be somewhat of a Q&A. I want us to bond right now, because I can imagine that a lot of brothers and sisters are going through what I'm going through. And we all experiencing a certain level of isolation. We're all experiencing heavy laden. Some of us are dealing with certain burdens, just being ostracized from family and friends, and not being understood, just straight out being misunderstood altogether. And it could be very perplexing. Y'all throw one in the chat if everything is coming through clear in my audio. I want to make sure I'm not just wasting breath here and blowing hot air. Let me see. I see brothers and sisters in attendance. That's what's up. Okay, we got a 1 in the chat. That's what's up. See, for a lot of us, when we came into the truth, and when I say the truth, I mean knowledge of self. I mean finding the higher power, so to speak. Understanding that there's change that must be required of each and every soul on earth in order to make it to something great. Because that's enlightenment in itself, understanding that you have to ascend, you have to adapt. You can't be the same person. You have to go to another level. And a lot of people don't understand that. A lot of people are doing 360 turns. A lot of individuals out there refuse to change because they lack accountability. They're not holding themselves accountable for anything. They don't practice self-autonomy. They're not looking from the outside looking in, and everybody else is to blame. That's most of the world. But people in the so-called truth, as we label it, they do practice self-autonomy. We have this passion to change. We have this passion to be a greater version of ourselves and do different things, right? And we seek the Creator. We seek what's righteous. We seek purity. We're humble people. But when you come into this truth and you begin to unplug from the world and the people of it, you quickly find out that the truth is not for everybody. It's just not meant for everybody. It's not meant for everybody to understand what the reality of this world is. It's not meant for everybody to get it. And that can put us in a real frustrating place. That can make us feel alone. It's almost like we're walking through the streets and we're seeing people as zombies almost, because it should be so apparent what's going on in this society, but nobody sees it. So it could be a very lonely road. And I know there's a lot of people who are new to the channel, new to the platform, would like to understand, what do we do during this journey? What do we do during this walk? Let's see. King C3 says most people don't want to remove the veil. That is a fact, bro. Most people want to keep the blinders on. Most people want to, live in sin, essentially. See, the issue with a lot of individuals is they don't want to give up their lifestyles. They believe that they can have their cake and eat it too. One thing I've learned about coming into biblical knowledge is that when you break down the scriptures to people, when it comes to laws, rules, and regulations, that's where the screw face comes in. That's where people's face kind of gets scrunched up, because they really don't want to change. Whatever lifestyle that they're used to, they want to continue to live that life. They don't want to put away certain foods. They don't want to put away certain habits. It's growing pains that they refuse to take. You understand? Jane Doe says, until this channel, I thought maybe I was crazy. Like people were calling me. I'm not sure what you mean by like people were calling you. I don't know what you mean by that. Yeah, John Durn says a lot of scriptures bring the screw face. That's true. Jacqueline, thank you for the $20 super sticker. It's highly appreciated. Thank you for supporting this work. I want to talk about the power of being socially outcasted, because it's actually power that comes with being pushed away, cast to the side, isolated, shunned. It actually brings power to a brother or a sister who has to take that Damascus road. You actually elevate through that stringent moment, through that time where you left alone, man. And you're forced to do certain things on your own. You're forced to attend certain places on your own. Like, it really begins to mold your character in a very powerful way. Like, for a lot of us, we really didn't know ourselves until the world pushed us away. When we woke up and we tried to let friends and family know what the deal was, we was hit with a brick wall. We was hit with a lot of backlash. Some of our friends and family began to turn on us. They literally began to gossip, lie, slander, disparage you, make all kind of comments that will plant seeds of doubt in your belief. I mean, you name it, they did it. And in the process of all of that, the Most High God was looking at you, brothers and sisters, because regardless of what you were going through, the betrayal, the lies, the hurt, the pain, regardless of what you brothers and sisters, what you were going through, you still stayed on your post. You think God of all gods didn't see that? When the people that you love the most, the people who can pull at your heartstrings the most, the people who, you hold near and dear to your heart, the people who try to love bomb you and emotionally gaslight you, once you decided, no, there's only one God, one truth, and one way, and I'm going to stand on this principle, I'm going to stand on this word, I'm going to stand on this truth, you think the Most High God wasn't proud of you? Let me tell you something. The Most High God looked down on you, brothers and sisters, from the heavens, and he sealed you. He sealed a lot of you, brothers and sisters. Yep. Deneen Grant says, in your so-called church family. Yep. There's a lot of people who left out of these churches. Why? Because you were going into these churches and you were saying, hey, pastor, why are we not honoring the law, statutes, and commandments? Excuse me, pastor. Why does it tell us in these scriptures that these holidays that we celebrating are pagan? And you were asking a pastor questions, and instead of getting answers, you were getting humiliated. You were getting talked about behind your back. There was a lot of backbiting going on. There was a lot of strange looks, a lot of jealous looks. You were viewed as an enemy. And all while this was happening, the Lord was looking down and seeing that you were not going backwards. Do you understand, brothers and sisters? Like there was power that came with you standing alone, standing on principle, not turning back. Because there's a lot of people who turn back. There's a lot of people who just couldn't take the heat. They couldn't take the pressure. They had to be a part of the hive. They had to be a part of the crowd. Yeah, them tares definitely don't like that. Jeffrey Sykes says, I've been through many white churches, finally settle on a good African church. Okay. You know, long as they teaching the law, statutes, and commandments, I don't see nothing wrong with that. You understand? You didn't turn back. You brothers and sisters decided not to be a part of the sheep, not to be a part of those who are lost. And the Most High got great reward for those who are obedient. Yep. Somebody said, I'm not turning back. Never. Yep. And for a lot of us, man, let me say this as well. While we were alone in our place of, I would say, in our place of contempt, in our isolation, a lot of us gained mysteries of the universe. We got understanding on things that we would have never knew if we'd have continued to roam in a pack. For a lot of you, your entire life, you socially just couldn't fit in regardless. Even if you tried, you were just always outcasted socially. You had a heightened sense of the spiritual realm. You had discernment on people. So much so that when you get around people, let's say it's in a college setting, a high school setting, even elementary school for some of y'all, when you got in that setting, you realize that I can feel everybody's energy in this room. And you begin to be able to become empathic in a sense. And for some of y'all, it was overbearing to the point where you just wanted to hide in the shell. You was in a room full of people and you just wanted to hide in the shell. You wanted to curl up and be invisible. You didn't even want to be there. You didn't want to be seen. And some of y'all learn how to transmute the anxiety that came with that, to show you how the Most High work with you. Instead of you crawling in your skin, instead of you being nervous and having anxiety, what end up happening for some of you who came into this truth, who stood on your principles, the Most High God gave you the ability to just totally take over a room. To the point where now when you enter a room, you possess the room. You control the room. Your energy is overbearing for those with negative energy, to the point where they don't even know how to deal with it. And it's a positive energy, not meaning that you out to threaten people. You're wise as a serpent, harmless as a dove, but that positive energy, it's very, let's say, it's hard to deal with coming from people who are dealing with a lot of spirits and a lot of, negative forces. And you've gained something. Yup. Only the real says when that light enters the building, that's a fact. And it's to the point where if you battling at this point and turning back, I want you to be really inspired by these words this evening. Now, for a lot of y'all, You're still dealing with somebody who has levels of toxicity, who want to keep on pulling you back into the charades and the smoke and mirrors. They want to continue to pull you into their patterns. You got to know how to move forward. Listen, ladies and gentlemen, let me say this. Don't allow people to reopen scars in your life. Right now, in this day and age that we living in, with all of you righteous, chosen people who have the seal of the Almighty on you because you're obedient to his command and his word, you can expect him to send people of your past back into your life to try to overthrow what the Most High God has put for you, what he's placed for you. You must not turn back. You're not cold-hearted. You're not an evil person because you won't allow people who haven't learned to respect you, people who haven't learned to accept you, people who haven't learned the truth of Yah, the truth of the Most High. You are not a cold-hearted, evil person because you won't let them back in. They come out of nowhere almost because they're monitoring spirits. These monitoring spirits, they communicate with people of your past that know that you're on the right path. These deities, these entities, these forces, they meticulously aim at those who are going somewhere because they are afraid of where you're going. Your success, your improvement, your betterment means death to them. So they'll send people out of nowhere. You'll get phone calls out of nowhere. You will get various people who were gone for a long time, then they pop up. You will get ex-girlfriends, ex-boyfriends. They'll come out of nowhere. All of these things that happen when you were doing fine. You were doing fine without them. You understand? You were doing just fine without them. So you can't entertain the spirit to put you in a very bad place, and it can actually reverse some of the power and clarity that you've gained being on your solo tip. Let's see. Azaria says, I definitely had people from the past show up at the worst time. Yep. And Azaria, they also show up at the best times. But they always show up in pivotal moments, very pivotal moments. Listen, what we must realize is there's no turning back from now. There's no turning back. I don't care if it's mother, father, sister, brother, doesn't matter who it is. Them scriptures say, if you love them more than me, ye are not worthy of me. You're not worthy of the Most High if you're putting people over him. And you know, the interesting thing is he's showing us just how sinister and conniving people can be, even in your own family. He's showing us every day on the media. He's showing us on the news. He's showing us how evil your friends can be. He's given us these constant reminders to let you know he saved you. He saved your life. Because when people were upset with you, angry with you, when they were gossiping about you, and you knew it, you knew they were having meetings about you, you knew they were talking about you like you were the worst of the worst, and all you wanted to do was honor God's laws. You knew what these people were about. But then when it's your time, They'll come out of nowhere. Now let me make this clear. If people have made legit strides and changes in their lives, in their life, and they've came to you with apologies and sincerity, then that's another matter. That's another matter. I'm not telling people to be unforgiving. That would be unrighteous. But if you notice, a lot of these individuals who once ousted you or outcasted you, those individuals who didn't want nothing to do with you, those individuals who did not send you no invite, you wasn't invited. Those individuals who done you wrong, done you dirty, and act as if they don't see what they done to you in your life. You can't allow them to come back in your life and they're not even asking for forgiveness. It's almost like they see that they done no wrong. Even if you've been boisterous and you let them know how you've been hurt over the years, it's time for a lot of y'all to move on. It's time for a lot of y'all to be great. It's time for a lot of y'all to get away from some of your day ones who still want to be in these streets. Some of you brothers out there gotta get away from that guy that's in your neighborhood that you grew up with that wants to do you like Cain did Abel. It's your time to shine. It's your time to make something of yourself. Jerry Wonder says, far and few in between. When those individuals grow and hold themselves accountable, absolutely. They must grow and hold themselves accountable. Jeffrey Sykes says, after I got rid of Shorty, she got herself a Hell's Angel guy and she been threatening me with them. Wow. Why couldn't she just move on with her life? She done got her a new man, but she got to threaten you. You gain power through your isolation. Does that mean that you are supposed to be isolated for life? Absolutely not. That's not what's being taught on this channel. That's not the message. You must now use the discernment that you gain to get around the right people. Because it's gotten to the point that through our isolation, some of us became recluse at best. When the Most High God wants to use the most introverted people to actually do some extroverted work. That's what your purpose is, family. He made you introverted because he knew that you would listen to him. He knew that he can plant seeds in you. He knew that he can show you things. He knew that your steps that were ordered, you would actually follow them if you had time to yourself. Y'all got to remember, John on the island of Patmos wrote 4 books of the Bible, including the book of Revelations. So now that you gained this insight, you got to use it. Because there's people just like you, just like me, who are going through the same thing as we speak. There's people who don't know how to deal with the isolation. There's people who being targeted by family members that they live with right now and don't know how to deal with it. They want them to go back into the world. See, ladies and gentlemen, the way Satan works is when you're doing evil, when you're doing wrong, when you're going with the crowd, when you're doing whatever, everything everybody else is doing, the devil does not disturb you. He doesn't disturb you. He only disturbs you when you're getting it right. He only disturbs you when you become a threat to Satan's kingdom. Some of these people that you once entertained will be used as disturbances. That's all they are. They're distractions. As you grow and the Most High God is molding you, And it seems like the lane is open for you to find new endeavors, add new acclimate to yourself, persevere, reach new levels. That's where the distractions come. Like clockwork. Sweet Queen says, I'm in tears, y'all. These gang stalkers are working overtime and won't leave me the hell alone. Sweet Queen, what environment are you living in? Or maybe I should re-preference that question. What state are you in? Millennium Jess, thank you for the $10 contribution. It's highly appreciated. Says, this is real therapy. I appreciate the spirit in this, brother. Everybody hit the Cash App to support more effectively. Just wanted to send my gratitude openly on this great show. Excellent presentation. Thank you, Millennium Jess. I appreciate the support, but I would prefer that you brothers and sisters hit newbreed.love if you would like to support. Newbreed.love and get yourself a love note, because when you support over there, it actually helps other people as well, not just myself. The Bible tells us that two cannot walk together except if they agree. Two cannot walk together except they agree. How many of you all are spending your time around people that you don't agree with? But you're telling yourself that if you don't accept everyone's belief, if you don't accept everybody's viewpoint and just simply agree to disagree, then you are somehow some bigoted, closed-minded, overly religious person. Because that's what you made to think. That's what you made to believe about yourself if you just simply don't want to deal with people that you don't agree with. Never let anybody guilt trip you or shame you for wanting to walk the narrow path. If they don't agree with the word of God, then it ain't really nothing to be talked about in this day and age. Because here's the thing, if they don't agree with the truth, then it's really nowhere you can go with that individual. Now, I'm not saying that everybody is supposed to agree on everything. That's not what I'm saying. But some of you all are Bible believers, but you dealing with people who are dealing with spiritualism or esoteric and new age beliefs. Y'all in disagreement. They're enemies to your God. They're doing witchcraft. The Bible says, what fellowship do light have with darkness? How could you reach your full potential when you are muddying the waters? Flicks, thank you for the $10 contribution. Says, donating to all the content creators I follow today. Just doing my part. Keep grinding. Let's go. Praises the Most High. Thank you, family. I appreciate the support. Act, thank you for the $3 contribution. Says, the Most High is with us in this midnight hour. Thank you. Absolutely. And if you can, brothers and sisters, just get the likes up. I know I normally don't go live this late. I may be a bit outside the algorithm, but whenever the spirit is moving and I feel there's a message that needs to be spoke, I'm just going to speak it. No matter the day, time, and hour. Never disregard the power that you were given in those times that you were isolated. There's so many people walking the earth right now who are carrying the weight of everyone around them. They've made soul contracts with various people, generated these ties that limit them. There's so many people who are walking around carrying so much anguish, pain, distress, anxiety, just coming from other people. So much so when they get alone, when they finally get to that room alone, after decompressing, there's going to be some individuals that break down in tears. They're going to break down in tears because they're going to realize how much of themselves they were giving away. Someday, some of you all in this chat, if not all of you, you'll have those moments. Or you've already had that moment. And what you're doing is you're shedding off the world. And it's needed. You need time to reflect. Hold on, let's see. What is Philly Bull saying? What are you saying, bro? I'm gonna put you on timeout because I don't know what you're talking about, brother. All right, I did say that we will break into some Q&A as well. I see some questions in the chat. Somebody said, Bree, when are you gonna have new music? Let me see. Who asked that? I seen it. I'm gonna say the person's name who asked. Lee asks, New Bree, any new music? ? I've been working on new music. I'm just having issues recording it because I had to change computers. So I'm always constantly writing. I'm always constantly working on music, playing instrumentals. It's coming in due time. It's coming in due time. And to be honest with you, there's songs that I have that that you just haven't heard. That's already done. But I release it during this time. Yeah, Yemi Demir is right. Sometimes you gotta go give that ugly cry with the snot bubbles and everything when you in front of the creator. Just because you've been in the presence of so many other people. When you get to yourself, it's like, and you in the presence of the Lord, man, I'm telling you, bro, it's a game changer. Yo, Mark the Messenger, shout out, family. Yo, I appreciate the support. Thanks for the $10 contribution. He said this live bringing back 2019 vibes. Remind me of your old videos. Learn so much from you. True OG salute. Thank you, family. I appreciate the support. Thank you for that, fam. Yo, faithful to God. Thank you for the 20. Says, love you, New Breed. Been watching your videos for years. If you can make more videos about deliverance, breakthrough, and healing through PTSD for the future, I would appreciate that. God bless you. Absolutely, I can certainly do that. Faith to God, because that's something that really should be addressed. I can even touch on that briefly now. When we're talking about deliverance and breakthroughs, we're talking about really renewing the mind. See, these things start with the renewal of the mind. And that's the scripture. That's what the scriptures tell us about deliverance. So we really got to take the old out and put in the new. Out with the old, in with the new. And there's a series of things you can do to do that. I don't know exactly what individuals have been through when it comes to post-traumatic stress syndrome, but anybody who knows anything about that, there's always triggers. There can even be a person that triggers you. There can be certain places that trigger you. Getting away from those places will help for a while until your mind is renewed with new insight. And then sometimes you have to face some of the things you've been through. Let me give you an example. Personally, I've been through a lot in Washington, D.C. I would never live there, but I have to go visit time from time. But that would be the place where I experienced the toughest moments of my life. So to a degree, it was some stress there. That place would be a trigger for me. And after a while, getting away from certain people, getting away from certain environments, and being able to conquer those things, and then going back to it to face it was life changing. You realize that it's not that bad. You understand? So I don't know if that helped you in your situation, but hopefully that did. Lisa Rugley, thank you for the $50 contribution. It is highly appreciated. Thank you for the support. Thanks for supporting the content. What advice do you have for college athletes? Don't compromise your vessel. A lot of y'all see what's going on all over the media with people dropping on the field. Don't compromise yourself. If you're doing what you love to do, continue doing it, but don't allow anybody to impose something that you don't want to do for the sake of playing your sport. You may not can do it on the level that you would like to do it, but let me tell you something. It's going to come a time where a lot of athletes going to have to take their power as the talent, and they're going to have to start putting things together for themselves, purchasing fields themselves, purchasing basketball courts themselves. We have to go back, we have to really go back to like what people used to do in the parks in New York, when people would play the game out there and they would bring their own cameras out. Y'all remember when And1 blew up? That's what I believe we need to get back to, and then find a way using social media to capitalize off of it. We have all the talent. Everybody want to go to the NFL, everybody want to go to the NBA, but at the same time, somebody has to be an innovator. Somebody got to be willing to put up the bread and the talent to do something for ourselves in these streets. And shout out to Ice Cube for making the big three. Yo, Carla, thank you for the $28 contribution. It's highly appreciated. Yeah, the And1 mixtapes, you remember how they took it to the streets? Yeah, we got to start somewhere with that. Mighty says chronic shame with PTSD is a living hell. If you're dealing with shame, the scriptures tell us to cast down every imagination, whatever it is. And also, if it's something that and see, this is why you really got to know yourself. You really got to know yourself. You got to know what triggers that emotion of shame. Pay attention to your lifestyle. Pay attention to what it is you eat. Stay away from watching certain things, right? Putting certain things into your spirit, because it will cause shame. And in this society, we're taught that mental health is all mental, and we don't really look into the spiritual dynamics of it. On top of that, let me tell you something as well. Food plays a big role on our mental health. What you actually eat plays a big role on your mental health. Sean the Navigator, thanks for the $10 contribution, says, loving the calmness of the music, and this is sobering, yet therapeutic and encouraging message. Salute, King. Thanks, Sean. I appreciate the support, brother. Y'all want to make it a habit of giving y'all some of these late night motivational talks and just adding a new dynamic to the platform, V-Dub says, I'm on day 6 of intermittent fasting and my life is changing at this moment. All praises to the Most High, brother. Somebody said, what's a specific prayer? And this is Cleo who asked this. She says, what's a specific prayer against monitoring spirits? Hold on, let me see it. The more we pray, the more the demons stalking. Shaking my head, please breathe. Thanks. I prayed. Um, well, the way this works is this. Repetition doesn't answer prayers. The Bible even tells us to avoid vain repetition. So if you sitting there, Lord, I pray the gang stalkers leave me alone. Lord, I pray that the monitoring spirits stop monitoring. I pray. Listen, the Most High heard you the first time you prayed that. All right? So understand, when the first time you said it, he knew it. In fact, I will go as far as to say that the Most High God already knows what you want and desire before you even pray it. So if you're dealing with these monitoring spirits, and it says the more demons stalking. So if you're dealing with spiritual attacks, meaning demons, you got to get you must rid your home of those demons and those spirits. Then it becomes about ridding yourself of them. Praying and ridding yourself of something is two different things. When Christ casted demons out of a man and healed him, he told him to sin no more. He told him to sin no more. So let me explain this. When it comes to demons and those type of spirits that you feel you're being watched by, it has a root. There's something that you must change in your life. There's something going on that they're connected to. They're able to fester for a reason. Your job is to find out what it is and cut it off like a malignant root. T. Lee, thank you for the $20 super sticker. It's highly appreciated. Melrose also says, working out really helped me with my anxiety. That's what's up. Exercise definitely helps with anxiety. Got to keep that body in motion. Yeah, so you definitely got to take a look at your lifestyle when you're dealing with any type of demonic activity. Yep. Let's see here. Yuzuk Lotus says, should I delete TikTok and all other temptations? If you feel as if those things are causing you to sin, yes. It's much easier. Let me tell you something. I talk a lot about, where I have over the years talked a lot about semen retention and things of that nature, overcoming insatiable lust and those sort of things. I want to say this. The best thing to do is just block it all together. Block the websites all together. You know, if there's something that's triggering you on IG or TikTok or whatever the case may be to do something that you know you don't want to do, you really have to just cut it off at the root. That's the best way of going about it. Because this is how Satan works. He knows that you're going to tempt yourself. The Most High God doesn't lead you into temptation. He knows when you flip that phone, you're going to tell yourself, I'm not going to do this. I'm not going to do A, B, or C, whatever it is. I don't know what, we all struggle with different temptations. And when we pick these cellular devices up, when we pick those phones up, it is a world inside those phones. It is a portal and a gateway into your home. And it typically starts there. The spirit, the demon typically starts there. Have you scrolling into different things? If it's an issue, you cut it off before you do it. Matter of fact, there's a scripture that says, if thine eye calls me to sin, then it's better that I lose my eye. Now, I'm not telling you to go pluck your eye out. Let's not be radicals here, right? Let's not be crazy. Let's not, use it as the parable. If this is something that is making you backtrack, causing you any level of discomfort, or, causing you to lose traction to your spiritual growth, cut it off. Cut it off. It's better that way. It's easier that way. Yeah, protect the windows of your soul. Protect your eyes, man. These eyes are gateways. These ears are gateways and portals. And it's constantly spirits, evil, malevolent forces trying to enter us. Always. Like chosen ones, y'all fighting the enemy day in and day out. Every day you wake up, you got to fight against different demons. Let's see. Somebody said there's sexual stuff on TikTok. I never knew that. I was just guessing that's what it was that was getting. It could have been anything. I didn't say it was sexual stuff, but I'm pretty sure it's sexual stuff on TikTok. It's on everything. Whatever is keeping them back. Sometimes social media could just be distracting you, and it's causing you not to be able to be successful in whatever it is you're doing. If you're not using social media to make a living for yourself, social media can distract you from everyday tasks and make them difficult. China Doll says, can you speak more on soul contracts? Absolutely, China. Soul contracts are covenants. A lot of times these covenants are illegitimate, meaning they're without the Most High. It's without his involvement. These soul covenants are often carnal. These contracts that people make amongst each other. A lot of trauma bonding takes place. Like, let me give you an example. There's two celebrities. One by the name of Blueface, and I think his girl name is Krishan or something to that degree. That would be a perfect example of a soul contract, trauma bonding. They're running around trying to be the new Bobby and Whitney, right? And at times, you have people who act as what we would call the overseer or the handler, right? You got some demonic people out there who act as other people's handler. So when we talk about soul contracts, you really speaking on a realm of the occult and how they do things. How the so-called elitists, the celebrities, they are involved in soul contracts. They literally have people assigned to them. But what people fail to realize in your everyday life, Satan can actually assign somebody to you as well. Sometimes when you out and about and somebody approaches you and you eagerly let them in your life and you openly accept certain individuals just because you think the vibe is right, but you don't know who you dealing with. You just making soul contracts with people. Some witches and warlocks only need an entry point, and then the next thing you know, they got your mind, they pretty much got your mind in shambles. Yep. So you gotta look out for those type of people. Ethnic says, can you speak on witches doing love spells to manipulate brothers? Yeah, I mean, man, we can make so many videos about that, brother. I mean, sheesh. All you got to do is go through YouTube, and a lot of these female content creators who are gaining a lot of traction, they're telling exactly what they're doing to guys. Maybe I got to do that one day. I may do that very soon. actually go through and expose some of the things they do. I don't know if some of y'all know about the women taking their vaginal fluids, putting it behind their ear, using it as perfume. They put things into the spaghetti. We talking about bodily fluids. I mean, they bury a man's clothing. They bury his clothing. They take artifacts of his clothing, locks of hair, facial hair, and they put them in. They pretty much put them in different fluids and create concoctions. I mean, it is a lot. It's a lot. Yeah, they call it vabbing. What they do with I actually did a video on that before. I don't think this platform was really feeling that video, but they really do that. They believe the pheromones attract men, and it's a form of witchcraft. Alex Smith, thank you for the $20 contribution. Highly appreciate it. Yeah, they do a lot of sangria and dark arts, voodoo, hoodoo, juju. They do all kind of spells these days. Yeah, I mean, it's a lot to it. Some of you brothers are on some of these women's manifestation journals. While these women are getting yoni steams, praising the goddess Yoni, they're sitting on a pot, steaming these herbs, letting it go into their body while they're chanting with your name written in the manifestation journal, and they're picturing you. They're literally manifesting you. And you think you just at the right place at the right time, meeting some sister, and she's the right one for you. No. Let me ask you, brother, something. Have you ever decided to go one place and then all of a sudden, out of nowhere, you went somewhere else? And when you got there, it's almost like a lady was waiting for you there. Like she almost knew you was going to come in the door. I don't know if y'all have experienced that, but it happens all the time. That's because that woman, she may be dabbling. Not saying all the time, but I'm saying she literally can manifest the man that she wants if you have spiritual deficiencies, or if you were operating in lust at the time, which we all do at times as men. That's why you just gotta know what a woman's into. Yeah, somebody said, oh man, Alex Smith, thanks for the 20, brother. I appreciate the support. New Breed Global Truth, who are your favorite rappers? Tris X, that's an interesting question. Because most of my favorite rappers, most people don't really know about them. Because they're not really mainstream rappers. And to be honest with you, man, I more so listen to reggae more than rap. And I listen to 90s R&B more than rap. I see Jacqueline said Tupac. RC3 says Nas. I like those artists. Those are good guys. They good. They up there. But it's not too many rappers that I don't know. I have a very eclectic taste in music. Yeah, I listen to like culture music. I listen to people that you ain't even heard of, bro. I be in here listening to Citizen Cope. I be in here I listen to rock sometimes. I have a very eclectic taste in music. So I think I'm at a time where I kind of grew past just listening to rap and rappers. I do like Big Crit. That's not too many rappers that I listen to. Yeah, I like jazz as well. And you would be surprised because I make rap music, but I don't really listen to that much rap. Because a lot of the rap that we hearing nowadays, man, all it's about is doing drugs, having insatiable lust, um, just wickedness, bro. Just bragging about what you got, materialism and vanity, and selling rocks and glocks and herringbone, and selling this, that, and the third, and I'll smash your chick, and it's just reckless, bro. It doesn't do nothing for me. You know what I'm saying? Like, this mainstream rap is just like garbage. For real, for real. But not saying I don't listen to any rap, but it's rare. Let's see. Somebody said radio need to play more worship rap seriously. Yeah, it's getting dark out there. That's like people. Yeah, I know about K Reno. I respect K Reno's music from Houston. I actually put a lot of people on to K Reno. Yeah, BF Yee. She says you are what you listen to. That's a fact. That is a fact. I'm really starting to get into frequencies and 430 hertz, different sounds. I'm into stuff that's different now, you know. Yeah, man. So I'm reading through some of the questions. Thoughts on the World Economic Forum and their audacity. What do you mean by their audacity? What did they do on this one? Let's get Carlos on up out of here. Let's get Carlos on up out of here. Because I heard about the World Economic Forum, but I was not able to catch the new one that they just played, because they had one 2022. I seen that one. They had another one 2023. I'm gonna have to watch that. I'm gonna get back to that question. Yeah, I'm also in the big time old school. Danny Gerald, he just threw a list up there. I'm telling you, man, I sit there and listen to Anita Baker, bro. I love Sam Cooke. Marvin Gaye, the Dramatics. I mean, I listen to Stevie Wonder. Yeah, man, I listen to Sade. That's the kind of music I be chilling to. Only time I'm playing rap is if like I'm working out, and even then, there's times I switch it up during my workout. Yeah, I be on my chill stuff, man. Yeah, Tribe Called Quest is dope. Yeah, I be chilling, man. Yep, H-Town. Man, y'all got some good taste up in here, bro. Yeah, but I be on different times with the music. I see y'all. Okay, Solar Ascension Network says excuse me. I get some water. Global Truth and it says Newbury Global Truth in their yearly summit, they are being extremely blatant with how they are telling us their plans. It's going on now. Davos in Switzerland. Oh man, I might have to go in there and watch that now. I'm gonna have to check that out for real. And I'll tell you what I think about it later. But brothers and sisters, man, it's been an honor to come in. I gave y'all a Q&A as promised off the late night. Gave a little bit of a motivational monologue for you brothers and sisters. Man, if y'all like this type of content on the late night, I want y'all to go ahead and thumb this video up and share it based on the engagement in the comment section, even after the video. That'll determine whether I'll continue to take the late night approach with these particular videos. It's all about the engagement, right? But man, it's been an absolute blessing building with y'all. I got more content coming, man. We got so much to discuss going on in the world. I want everybody to have a peaceful night. It's time to rest up. I love each and every one of y'all. With that being said, shalom and peace.